Hello?
What about those middle school choirs? All those heads next to each other with their headphones on, singing at the same time. Something like that.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
But they make it look so easy.
Oh, I know, but it's not.
What can we do? Everyone's going to be here in a minute.
Well, I know you're singing Bach, but it might sound like acid jazz.
I'm gonna lose my job.
And maybe just focus on the beauty of the human voice as a miracle of God's creation, instead of worrying about polish and presentation.
Are you insane? Oh no, they're all in the waiting room. They're gonna eat me alive. What if you auto-tune everyone?
I don't have one of those.
What do you have?
The best of intentions.
That doesn't cut it anymore. I'm letting them in.
Let me know if you need anything. Good luck.
Coward. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Epiphany is around the corner. So church leadership has asked me to pull the choir back together and present a virtual offering. No pipe organ, no sunlight streaming through stained glass windows, no reassuring smiles from the congregation, just us.
It's a good thing you didn't choose to become a car salesman. What a terrible pitch.
He's disappointed. We all are.
I'm just happy to sing again.
Spoken like a true tenor.
Did anyone else think we'd be apart for this long?
Absolutely. Selfish Americans are still keeping us apart.
I'm patriotic. Does that make me selfish?
Oh, I must be selfish too. News to me.
Are we going to sing? I'd like to sing now.
Yes. Let's get our sound tech in here for some last minute pointers. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Any tips to share before we get started?
Just sing into your computers and hope for the best.
That's it?
Yeah.
Remind me why I asked you here.
You said you didn't want to do this alone, and you'd give me a Chipotle gift card if I helped out. I love Chipotle.
Great. Can you at least play the audio clip of what we'll be working on?
Yeah, sure thing.
You should have all received a PDF score of Bach's Epiphany Cantata, Sie werden aus Saba alle kommen. Let's have a quick listen. Go ahead. I'm sure we'll sound just like that. Of course, the instrumentation will be generated karaoke style by a soulless computerized orchestra, just as Bach intended.
Played it. That was beautiful. Is that how you guys are going to sound?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Maybe we should sing something different?
Why are we talking ourselves out of something we haven't even tried yet?
Because squeezing Bach through a digital processor is a crime against nature.
Tell that to Walter Carlos and his 1968 album Switched on Bach.
Walter Carlos is Wendy Carlos. She's been Wendy since 1972.
Uh-oh, here come the PC police. Protect your First Amendment rights with your Second Amendment rights.
Oh, sure. Blow another dog whistle for the good Supreme Leader.
Who? Me?
No, she's talking about our president, which is unpatriotic because he gave us the vaccine.
He had nothing to do with that.
The hell he didn't.
Well, I'm not going to take it.
Oh, I bet if Lady Goo Goo shot it in her arm with a heroin needle, you would.
What are you talking about?
No, celebrities brainwash young people.
But you're not young and you follow a cult leader, so explain that.
Who? Me?
No, she's talking about our president, which is very unpatriotic. And if I have to follow a cult leader in order to keep my job, so be it.
Adorable. You should stitch that onto a little throw pillow and stuff it with money.
It's an irrelevant argument. He'll be on his way out in 3 weeks.
We'll see.
We'll see what?
We'll see if he's out in 3 weeks. We'll see.
You know what I'm looking forward to in 1 week? You all singing this song by Bach. Imagine having the ability to bring people's voices together in harmony like that. It's a miracle.
Yes, it is a miracle.
What does it mean, the title, See Werden?
Sie werden aus Saba alle kommen. They will all come from Sheba, bringing gold and incense, proclaiming the Lord with praise.
The three kings.
Setting forth in the spirit of unity.
Think they hopped aboard a wall on their way out of Sheba?
Hilarious. What's your next epiphany? That Jesus was Jewish?
Well, maybe he was, but he didn't control the media the way they do now.
So you don't think Jesus controlled the media? Yet he started a revolution and had 4 books written about him? Think again.
Oh, good. An old-fashioned conspiracy theory. There's nothing more American than that.
I disagree. Pontius Pilate pardoned himself. There's nothing more American than that.
Well, there's nothing more American than fleeing to Russia to escape persecution.
But the more he's persecuted, the more he's martyred. And the more he's martyred, the greater his chances of transubstantiation.
Into what? A Necco wafer? Are we gonna sing? Like, at all?
Yes. Maybe we should start with some warm-ups. That should jam everyone's frequencies for a while. If you please. Me, me, ma, mo, moo. Begin. Together, please.
Me, me,
Please. You're not listening to each other.
We're a sea of white faces with no diversity. That's the problem.
That's not the problem. It's the technology. It ruins everything.
Technology is the only reason we're able to come together.
What's the point of us coming together? This is what we sound like.
Yeah, this is what we act like. That was what he meant to say.
That's not what he meant to say, but by all means, riot against free speech.
Is not rioting. Is she throwing cans of soup?
They will all come from Sheba, the rapists, the murderers, and the MS-13ers.
Bringing illegal votes from illegal people. Red state, blue state, deep state, welfare state.
Another 3,000 Americans died while we sang out of tune, and it was partially avoidable.
Especially if you ignore it. Then it's completely avoidable.
You're an anti-masker, aren't you? Even without my mask on, I can tell.
I can tell how many flags he owns and exactly where he puts them. Check his truck.
The windshield's covered in snowflakes, bleeding on the glass.
Lock him up. They flipped Sheba's election.
Lock her up. Antifa did it.
Oh,
Somebody take it.
Enough! I've lost control. There will be no epiphany this year. Next year, maybe.
We're not going to sing together, are we?
No. It's very clear to me that nobody practiced. Everybody needs to practice and keep practicing until you're acceptable. Then we'll come together to sing Bach. Otherwise, it's just noise. Aren't you sick to death of noise? You can go.
Sorry I couldn't do more.
What could you do? Sing it for them?
I'd have tried. You don't need to give me the Chipotle card.
It's already in the mail.
Thanks. Do you think there will be music again?
There will be music, but perhaps no choirs.
None?
None. Isn't that terrifying?
Si ferna saba ala komen. May we all come from Sheba.
Where is the list? I don't even. Did they send me the attendance sheet? Good grief. Oh my gosh. How am I gonna? Okay. Maybe I share screen for. Oh. No. Okay. How do I share the screen? Share. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hi, Chris. Okay. Where do I? Maybe the attendance is separate.
Hello, everyone.
Oh. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I was thinking about you today. I read in the news that Iran's COVID cases are rising. How's your family doing?
They are fine, thank you.
It must be crazy there.
Yes, I mean, it's the same virus everywhere.
Are there enough hospitals there?
Well, we have a lot of hospitals. I don't know if there are enough for all of the people right now.
That's a good point. I mean, that has been the whole point of quarantining from the beginning of the pandemic, right? The concern is that even if everyone has to get it eventually, we don't all get it at the same time because there is not enough room and staff to serve us all at once.
How many people are we waiting for? Oh, hi, John. Here's Mary, Cheryl. So those of you who already emailed me and said you can't turn your videos on, just make sure you participate through chat. Oh, there's Mark. Hi, Mark. Let me see. We are still missing people.
Well, I hope we all get through this. Sarah, let me know if you need help.
Brittany, are you back in the city?
No, not yet. I'm a bit bored and I miss home, but it's safer here, especially for my dog. He gets to run around on the beach.
Where are you, Brittany?
Costa Rica.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
You're bored there?
I mean, it's really nice here, but I'm a city girl, you know? The sun is nice, though. I'm trying to absorb all the necessary vitamin D before I come back to the city.
Oh, yes, you should. I went to the drugstore yesterday and all of their vitamin Ds were gone. The shelf was empty.
Okay, I'm not going to wait for the missing people anymore. Let's start. As you know, today's topic is medical ethics in ancient times. I had a PowerPoint for this, but for some reason, Zoom is giving me a hard time, and I don't want to spend any more time on it. Let's just have our discussion, and maybe I can send it to you after the class. Does that sound okay? Okay. What do you think medical ethics was like in ancient times?
Well, I guess at that time they tried whatever they could on the patients, and since the diseases were deadly, it was take it or die, right?
I'm sorry, this might be me zoning out on an online platform, but what exactly do you mean by ancient times?
That's a great question. Whatever ancient times means to you. I can give you particular examples, though. Let's take Avicenna, for instance. Actually, Miriam, you should know him because he was Iranian. I know your video is off, but you can use your microphone or the chat. Oh, sorry, you were Syrian. I meant Sahra. Sahra, what do you think?
Excuse me, Professor. Can you repeat the question?
Can you tell us a little bit about Avicenna? He was Iranian, right?
Avicenna. Avicenna.
Wow. I'm surprised that you don't know him. I wonder if that has anything to do with censorships in Iran. Maybe they forbid it to be taught. But anyways, Avicenna was a significant figure in modern medicine in the 10th and 11th century in the Islamic world. Although we may think...
Excuse me, Professor, do you mean Ibn Sina?
I can check if he had another nickname. I remember there were alternatives to his name, but I can't remember what.
Yes, it's him. I just looked him up. I know him. I mean, of course I know him. I read his book, but I didn't recognize his name. His name is not Avicenna. I'm sorry, Professor. Why do you call him that?
Well, that's how he is known in the West. Again, I'm not aware of the nicknames.
No, but his name is
Yep, let's not get into that since we don't have time. But as I was saying, despite what we may imagine, Avicenna actually wrote a whole chapter about patients' interests, communication skills, and whatnot. He even discussed the physician-pharmacist relations. He states that it is because of the physician's ability to inhibit the fraudulent activities of a pharmacist when the pharmacist offers expensive drugs to patients, considering his own profit without measuring the potential damages. That's quite interesting, right? I mean, it may seem basic to us now in our country, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Yes, Chris.
I mean, I think nowadays it's the physician's relations with pharmaceutical companies as opposed to pharmacists, right? And it reminds me of an article that I read a while ago that was talking about to what extent physicians have the power to resist and not end up prescribing placebo-like drugs because of the power of pharmaceutical companies. And there was this concern that whether it might even create new diseases that way. So it's interesting that even at that time, this was a concern, only between individual professionals.
I think it's definitely very interesting, but it's also a tricky issue because it could get into a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. I mean, my mom is an oncologist, and I remember she was so emotionally exhausted by these rumors that she had to cancel her appointments, and we went to our country house for 2 weeks. I think it's very unfair to put it on the doctors. They vowed to put their patients first.
I'm sorry, Brittany, that your mom and your family had to go through this. Yes, Sahra, do you want to say something?
Yes, thank you. I want to say that we still have some doctors who practice Ibn Sina or
Avicenna.
Yes, and their theory is that today's medicine is not to be trusted because of exactly what Chris was saying. And they believe that if you know your body and adjust your diet to your body type, you will be fine with natural drugs from, herbs and these things.
Well, too bad for them if they get COVID, because apparently no diet cures that. We should be fine, though. The vaccine is out.
No, but what they say is not about...
Sorry, I have to stop you, since I'm afraid this might trigger the emotions of ones who lost their family and dear ones because of COVID. Okay, I think that's enough of the Eastern ethics. I want to move on to the Western medical ethics. Does anyone have any questions so far?
Will Avicenna be on our final exam?
Probably not, since it's not on the syllabus, and I just included him in today's class to broaden our view on other parts of the world. But it might be in the bonus questions.
Thank you.
All right. I hope you all got a chance to spend some time on today's reading about ancient Greek medical ethics. As I mentioned last session, we are going to discuss the bullet points regarding our time. And in your paper, due next week, you need to examine them on tonight's episode of The Grey's Anatomy. Oh, it's almost time. They're running ads. Everybody has access to watch this episode. Just let me know if you don't. Sahra, are you familiar with the show?
Yes, I used to watch it back home.
Oh, really? Oh my God, that's amazing. I'd be interested to see what your people have to say about this show. Okay, here we go. Make sure you take notes while watching. I look forward to your papers. Okay, bye.
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 Oh, God. Hi.
Hi there.
How are Charles?
Yes. Hi, Karen. It's nice to kind of meet you.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to meet you too.
So,
yeah.
I guess this is the part we try to impress each other.
You know what, Chuck? Maybe we could just skip that part and just talk.
I'm all for that.
Ah.
Charles, by the way, I prefer Charles.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Of course.
No, it's fine.
So, Charles, listen to any good music lately?
Oh, yeah. I'm a big indie music fan. You probably never heard of my favorite band, but they're this little trio out of Denver, Colorado.
Not the Idiot Mittens.
Oh, my gods. Yeah, I'm blown away. No one's ever heard of them.
Wow.
You, my fine lady, have amazing taste in music.
Oh my gosh. I have been listening to them since the beginning. I mean, ever since they first opened for the Plasticine
Ponies.
Oh, come on.
I'm not sure if you know this, but that gig is the gig where the lead singer slipped in his own vomit, took a nasty fall. That's how he got the...
the totally crooked nose and that big scar that goes across his face. Oh my gosh.
You are amazing.
Wow.
I mean, we certainly hit it off with the emails and the texts, but something about this face-to-face. I mean, the chemistry is palpable, isn't it?
It is. I know. I mean, I feel the same way, Charles.
Okay. Favorite movies?
Well, I am a bit of a film snob. I prefer the great silent movies, and particularly the French directors like
Georges Méliès.
Yes, like Georges Méliès. Come on. We better stop finishing each other's sentences because this is getting kind of creepy.
Yeah, right. What's your favorite film of his? All right, on three. Ready? 1,
okay. Yeah.
2, 3. Trip to the moon. You've been stalking me. How about books?
Oh,
what's the last book you read?
Gosh, you are just freaking me out. Books. Okay. Well, I just finished one by my absolute favorite author, M.G. Krebs.
You mean the naked baker of Bleecker Street?
You too?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh my God, it was so good. I mean, especially that part where Bobby the baker,
he masturbates into the gingerbread batter.
Oh my God, I had tears in my eyes.
Well, it was a touching moment.
It's so good. Oh my God. Wow.
I can't wait until this virus shit quiets down. I think we really need to get together, like in person.
I could not agree more, Charles.
This sucks.
Mhm.
I'm just so sick of staying inside, wearing a mask every time I have to go out.
Oh my God, you and me both. This is such bullshit.
I don't know about bullshit, but it's certainly getting old.
Uh-huh.
Well, hopefully the restrictions will be lifted soon.
Well, not if King Cuomo has his way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry, right?
Sure, but I mean, really, people die of all sorts of things, although lately they all seem to be COVID these days.
What do you mean?
Come on, it's a big moneymaker for leftist doctors. I mean, let's not live in fear of a cold virus that isn't any worse than the common flu. It has a death rate of 0.0001%. I mean, more people probably die from a perforated honeydew melon-sized hemorrhoid. I mean, should we outlaw assholes?
Oh, now that you mention it, maybe.
I mean, who do they think they are kidding? I was just watching the news about how China and Hunter Biden invented the virus so that they could insist on those fraudulent mail-in ballots, and then Biden could steal the election.
What news did you get that from?
The news, the mainstream fake media news won't tell you
Oh,
about.
Jesus.
I mean, they are owned by the deep state, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
YouTube video my brother posted on Facebook. I mean, dude, you have to do your own research.
Research.
Of course. I mean, you can't trust anybody in the government to tell you what's going on.
No. So you're not a Trump supporter then?
No. More
Good.
like a Trump worshiper. I mean, he totally saved us from that Muslim terrorist Obama. I mean, he was literally sent by God. He doesn't even take a paycheck. He has done more than Washington and Lincoln combined for this country. I mean, I personally would be honored if he would grab me by the coot. And please, we have never, ever had a first lady as classy and elegant as Melania. I mean, she is a remarkable woman.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Excuse me?
I mean, she might be remarkable in the sense that we've never had a first lady that was a stinky, skanky Russian gold-digging porn star with fake tits.
Okay, Chucker.
It's Charles.
I'm going to go with Chucker. And you know why? Because it rhymes with fucker.
Well, at least I don't have to change your name. It's already rather apt, don't you think? And boy, Karen, you're really living up to your name. My gods.
What is that? You pretentious fuckchuck. I mean, that's the second time you've said gods.
It is the tolerant way in which I prefer to speak. It's inclusive. Not everyone believes in the same God or only one God. In the same way I say have a good holiday. Because not everyone celebrates Christmas and not everyone's happy or merry.
Please. So you are a tree-hugging communist.
In theory, communism is really not such a bad thing entirely.
Stupid man. You know what, Chucky boy? You are everything that is wrong with this great country.
Oh, yeah? Really? Because I think you and everyone like you is what's wrong with this great country.
You know what? I am really beginning to hate this Chucky.
Yeah, well, the feeling's mutual. Karen!
I just think we should call this quits. I don't think I can stand to look at your stupid libtard face for another second. We'll just chalk it all up to learning experience and move on.
I agree we need to move on, but you know what? I don't think you've learned anything.
Honestly, God.
It's the Idiot Mittens' first single.
That is not fair, Chuck. Fucking communist.
Fucking bitch.
God, I love this song.
Oh, it's the best.
So, what's for dinner down there?
Oh, just some leftovers from my favorite takeout, Senior Walk.
The Mexican Thai place over there on the corner of Rich and White?
Yes, you know it?
Oh, no, I practically lived off their takeout when I first moved to town.
Oh, it's good stuff over there, huh?
Yeah, it is good stuff. Charles. You know, my granddaughter once tried eating my extra spicy pad thai enchilada.
Ooh, those are hot.
Oh, yeah. Poor thing cried for an hour.
Oh, no.
Well, she was only 2. She's 5 now.
You know, I have a grandson as well. He just turned 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
honestly, the only thing I really care about is what kind of world are we leaving these grandkids?
I got to say, I feel the same way.
Maybe we don't have to agree on everything. I mean, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just,
look past the differences. We'll concentrate on the commonalities.
I told you to stop finishing my sentences. It's creepy. You damn creep.
What are you doing right now?
And really, I'm just having a video chat with a communist.
Well, do you think a pretty fascist could handle a bite to eat with an old communist? Thai chicken curry burrito, my treat.
Yum. I just might be able to slum it for a little while.
I can be there 15 minutes.
That is a date, you burrito eating commie.
You tummy guy fascist.
Should I meet you there?
Oh, yeah, I'll be the one with bells on.
No.
Hey, Karen.
Yes, Charles?
Don't forget your mask, okay?
In the immortal words of Georges Millet,
fucking crazy fascist bitch.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Don't you have it written down somewhere?
Yes, but I need you to verify it for me so we can discuss the details of your case.
That's assuming I want to discuss the details.
Well, that's why I'm here.
I didn't call you.
When you indicated you couldn't afford legal representation, the state appointed me?
I didn't say I couldn't afford a lawyer. I said I didn't want one.
Can you afford a lawyer? Look, you're facing some pretty serious charges here. So
like what?
Verify your name and I'll tell you.
Jenna Bruning.
Ms. Bruning, you're being charged with 1 count of unauthorized reproduction, 1 count of resisting arrest, and 1 count of aggravated assault.
That's bullshit.
Which part?
All of it.
Well, let's start with the assault charge. Can you tell me what happened?
I was defending myself.
With a hockey stick?
It was an accident.
You were defending yourself, or it was an accident?
I was defending myself, and it was an accident.
So you didn't mean to shatter the arresting officer's kneecap?
No, I was aiming for his head.
You think an assault charge is funny? This man is going to need surgery and significant physical therapy. His leg may never fully recover.
Good. He deserves it.
Because he was doing his job?
Because he was trying to take my baby.
And he had every right to. Assault charges carry a minimum of 5 years in a medium security facility.
5 years?
That's usually the part where it stops being funny.
But you'll tell them it wasn't my fault, right?
I'll try. There are no previous assault charges or any history of physical violence. We may be able to get probation with anger management counseling. You were under severe distress. It was dark. You thought it was an intruder, and you're sorry, or you'll at least act like you are. It might also help to cover the officer's medical costs, which shouldn't come to more than $60,000 or $70,000. And that's assuming the surgery goes well. If there are complications, it could be closer to 90 or 100.
I don't have $100,000.
No one ever does. It's a show of good faith. The court puts you on a payment plan. You default after a few months and then declare bankruptcy.
Okay, so I put on a sad face, agree to take a class on meditation and mindful breathing, and then pinky promise to pay for this guy's knee replacement.
But that's just the assault. Resisting arrest gets you a fine. We'll loop that into the financial accountability. Our real challenge is going to be the reproduction charge. When did you know you were pregnant?
Well, it was kind of obvious when I woke up puking every morning.
So you knew right away?
Pretty much.
Were you on birth control?
No way, I don't trust that stuff.
Because it's not effective, because it makes you sick?
Because you don't really know what's in it?
Were you in a relationship at the time?
Yeah, I was seeing this guy from work.
Did he wear a condom?
You'd have to ask him.
If you knew you were pregnant, why didn't you apply for authorization?
Because it's annoying. They want bank statements and utility bills and professional references. I'd have an easier time getting approved for a new car.
Well, a car is a lot less work than a baby.
Depends on the car.
The court is going to have a difficult time being lenient if there was no documented effort to even start the application process.
I just knew it was pointless.
Because of your financial status?
Plus, that guy I was seeing got busted dealing cigarettes a few years ago. We were never going to get an approval with that on his record.
So you got pregnant, completely ignored your legal obligation to obtain approval, and then sat around for 9 months until the police showed up at your house in the middle of the night.
Honestly, I really never thought they'd find out.
Well, they did, and now you're looking at 18 years in minimum security.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You said 5.
5 for the assault, which I can handle. But from everything you've said, you were intentionally negligent. That's 18 years. And what's worse is you haven't expressed any amount of regret. The court can't show leniency unless you show some remorse.
They want me to say sorry?
No, they want you to be sorry.
They're the ones who should apologize to me. Who the hell are they to decide whether or not I get to have a kid?
They aren't deciding. It's been decided for over 30 years. And you have every right to disagree, to voice your opinion, to peacefully protest and pass out flyers. But it is still the law and you are expected to follow it.
And how many people really do? It's not like I'm the only person to ever skip out on approval.
You're not even the first person this week, Miss Bernie.
So how many people get away with it? How many people have kids that the government doesn't even know about?
More than they'd like to admit.
I'm not here because I didn't fill out a stupid form. I'm here because I got caught.
And I'm here to help you avoid spending the next 2 decades behind bars. But I can't defend you unless you give me some kind of defense.
I don't need one. I didn't do anything wrong.
You broke the law.
Not God's law.
Oh, you want to try the religious angle.
It's not an angle.
It wouldn't work even if it was.
It works in Alabama.
Well, this is New York. There are no religious exemptions here. And you're lucky it's not Texas. They've started sterilizing repeat offenders down there.
You're not going to even try?
No, because it's nubile. It's ineffective. It's Honestly, it's ridiculous.
You're my lawyer. Your job is to defend me. This is my defense.
It's not a defense. Domestic violence, substance abuse, incapacitated cognition, those are defenses. You need to give the court a reason why you engaged in reckless behavior with complete disregard for the consequences.
Because it's my body and I should decide what to do with it.
I don't think they're going to like that answer.
Well, I don't like that I need their permission to have a family. I don't like how they monitor my caffeine intake or restrict my access to sugar.
Because what the world needs is more hyped up jitter addicts with diabetes.
If people want diabetes, then let them. That's their choice.
So the government should just sit back and do nothing while its citizens get sick and die?
Hey, if they're looking to solve the overpopulation problem, then maybe this is the way to do it. Instead, they choose to violate my religious rights.
No one's denying you religion.
Of course they are. And God said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. Well, I can't exactly do that if the government is controlling how much I'm allowed to multiply.
Do you wear a seatbelt? Do you obey traffic signs and follow the speed limit? That's government control. They're trying to control how many people end up splattered on the highway. It's to protect us, to keep us safe. How is that any different?
Because there's nothing in the Bible about seatbelts or speed limits. Besides, requiring people to get a stamp of approval just to have kids isn't about protection. It's about power. And the last thing the government needs is more of that, especially when it goes against my beliefs. Ever heard of separation of church and state?
They mentioned it in law school.
There's no separation when the state forces me to sacrifice what I believe in to avoid getting arrested. You got to admit, it's not a bad argument.
The problem is you've had 9 months to rehearse it. That's 9 months of intent, 9 months of conceived negligence. It's 9 months of knowing you were breaking the law and not really giving a damn. The court is going to take one look at this case and give you the max just to prove they can.
Then I guess I'll just have to martyr myself for the cause. I'll show people why these restrictions need to change.
You're exactly why we have these restrictions in the first place. That's probably what the court will say.
Right, the court. You know, I think I might do better with a different lawyer.
That's not how it works. You get the lawyer you're assigned.
Not if I tell the judge I'm being discriminated against because of my religion.
I'm not discriminating. I just don't think it's a strong defense.
It's better than no defense at all.
Fine. I'll put in a request. You know, this whole time we've been talking about what's going to happen to you, and not once have you even asked about your baby and what's going to happen to her.
I know what happens to repo babies. It's what happened to me.
I'll pray for you.
It was 2016. We were in India. It was a sad time. We were saying goodbye to my mother-in-law, who was in her last stages of her life, and we were also saying goodbye to a home, cleaning, boxing all the stuff, giving it away, turning over the keys, taking a last look as we turned the corner of the dirt road street of a small 2-bedroom apartment, which was once filled with great memories. Next day, we got a call from our son. It was November 9th, and he said, "It's over. He won." And since that time, it felt like living in a world of flapdoodle chaos. Fear, division, sexism, racism, misogynism, schoolyard bullying, lies, convoluted conspiracy theories. Is this still happening? It felt like being caught in this, what's the word? what's the word I'm looking for? Like being caught in this big balloon. Kafefe balloon. Yeah, that's it. That's the word. Oh, Kafefe. Oh, Kafefe. Amen. Oh, Kafefe, be not so proud. We will prevail. The devil will strike you, and you will soon be out. You are the leech that we will defeat. You know that we have got you beat. You tweet and you tweet, crushing all that's been built. Do you have a policy? Do you have a philosophy? Do you have a God? This is crazy. It's insane. It's off the rails. Islamophobia, a great big wall. Xenophobia, homophobia, anti-immigration policies, white supremacy, humiliation, vicious name-calling, violence, and almost 400,000 people dead. I am an immigrant. I'm a woman, a wife, a mother, a daughter, a friend. I'm a survivor of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. I'm a nasty woman. I left the water I was created in, and in which I woke up every morning and slept every night. I'm a brown woman. I'm an immigrant. Suspended between the two worlds. Where do I belong? My identity was resident alien, a badge I was grateful to put on. Proudly sharing the stories of my land, the smells and sounds of my home. A journey I took on. I'm a woman. I'm a brown woman. America, 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 America. I close my eyes and it gets dark inside. Lift us up by our bootstraps. Where the heck are the boots? Rage and emotions that cannot be explained. Yet you stoke those flames. Doesn't that matter? It matters. Black lives matter. A painting not yet painted. A story not yet created. A path not yet walked on. We have the ability to create and reshape what comes next.